Against the Whitby, Ontario Wildcats. We're waiting on referees, waiting for the boys to get on the ice. We'll get started here as soon as we've got personnel. There's the refs now. Look at the goals in place. We've probably got 5 minutes till we start. Okay. All right, there's our buzzer. We are getting ready. We'll pick up the pucks, and we will launch into this here in about a minute. All right, Generals are finalizing their game plan, trying to get the boys riled up. It is November 28, 2025. It's the Richmond Generals 18U HP going up against the Whitby, Ontario Wildcats. This team clearly coming out of Canada. Generals are playing in a AA division, means we're playing up a little bit. So these are all going to be tough games for the Generals. We looked at the scouting report on my hockey rankings, and no matter which Whitby team I looked at 18U, all of them had rankings well above the Generals. Generals are ranking at just about an 85, and their teams are either 91, 88, or 87. So we're not sure which of the Whitby teams we're playing. We've seen them before down here at this tournament. This is going to be a tough contest. We're going to have Cam Gaddis between the goals, and we've got a full bench for one of the first times in our games. We are down in Clearwater, just outside of Clearwater, Florida, just outside of Tampa, Florida, at the Thanksgiving at the Beach tournament. 4th or 5th time for some of these generals coming down here for Thanksgiving. These guys are going to have to come out with some energy. All these games are going to be tough, but this is probably going to be one of the hardest ones we've got. So, going to have to make sure we get some good passing. We're going to do handshakes before the game, huh? I don't know if this is new. Yeah. One of the moms is asking, did we win? I missed something. So it's kind of nice. We'll skate around, they come around, shake hands with the coaches like that. Looks like the Canadian teams have done this before. Our guys are like, what do we do? Oh, nice. There were some fireworks when the Generals played this Whitby team last time, so we'll see what happens. Coach Peterson trying to get the boys fired up. Coach Stewart will give them the last words of wisdom. It's cold in here. But we got the nice rink, so we've got a good vantage point with no netting. We've got 4 games this weekend. We got another one tonight at about 9 o'clock tonight. And then 2 games tomorrow and Sunday. We've got one on the schedule, but it's to be determined. It's whether the Generals are in the top 2 of the 4 teams in their division. They get to play on Sunday. All right. Gens break their huddle. We got 50 minutes on the clock. We will play 3 periods. Not our usual EJPL framework of 2 halves, so we'll get fired up, sending it out there. The Stewart line with Ben Krug to his left, Robert Covington to his right, Agello and Moore as the 2 defensemen. See if we can kind of set the tone kind of early. Some of these Canadian teams are no check. This is not one of those teams, so we'll see how physical this becomes. See how these referees score this. Generally, we're not happy. So the Wildcats win that face-off. They're going to send the puck in deep. Back around. Gaddis comes out to try to touch it up. Makes its way to the corner. Zoom on that. Comes around to Covington. He gives that up early in the defensive zone. It goes back. Moore trying to clear. Comes over to Krug. Krug trying to center. It's going to get it to Moore. Moore trying to feed it up to Covington. Covington up the right-hand side. It's going to chip it in to the goal, and the goalie covers for the whistle. We're hoping everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving. We had a nice team turkey dinner last night. All right, we're going to keep the Stewart line out there. Whitby trying to clear, comes back to the point. Strode and Jeanette are your 2 defensemen. That one sent in and defender stopped it. Stewart going to turn this one around, trying to get it back down to Krug in the corner. He works his way around the referee. Back into the corner, back to Stewart. He's trying to pass it across, gives it up easy to Whitby. Wildcat's going to clear. This Strode's on his horse trying to get his way back. Sends it around the boards, going to feed it to Stewart. Stewart's fighting behind the General's goal. Wildcats trying to center it. Deflected into the corner by Jeanette. Wildcat still on the puck, takes a shot trying to go short side. Gaddis has it covered. Wildcat still on the puck. D-line is trying to cheat in a bit. They're going to send it around the boards. Not a good solid shot. Jeanette trying to feed it along the way. Jeanette back on the puck, gets it to Covington. These guys have been on the ice for a while now. Covington going in deep, going to go the long way around as the Generals were doing the line change. Covington coming to the bench now. Heil chasing the puck as we've got the Peterson team on. Oh, I'm sorry, Repko. It's going to be Repko, Bickmeyer, and Heil. Comes back to the point to Agello. Agello gets deflected. Agello's going to come back for this puck in front of the Generals bench. Feeds that across to Tapscott, who sends that up to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer going to chip and chase. Sends it in. Wildcat goalie sets it up back behind the net. Trying to come out of the zone. Good push play by the Generals. Wildcat still on the puck coming through neutral ice. Chipped across to Agello, taking it into the corner. Tries to clear. Comes to Repko. Repko Wildcats holding it at the blue line. Agello finally clears, but collected in their zone, the Wildcats. Repko chasing. Heil comes up in front of the bench. This line's going to go to the bench, and we're going to get the Peterson team on with Lugo and Kim. Sent back behind the Generals' goal. Agello loses an edge. Brand new skates. He goes down against the boards and loses a blade. His dad promised that wouldn't happen.
They're not his new ones.
Oh, we're not wearing the new ones, all right? So we're not wearing the new skates. We're trying to ice it because Agello's trying to get off the ice on one knee. We're playing 5-on-4 while he makes his way to the bench. He crab walks over and we get more on the ice. Dad spent all that money on new skates just to prevent that from happening, and he went to the board. So Moore now trying to take it up. And Wildcats turning around in neutral zone, coming in hard with a shot. Right pad saved there by Gaddis. Comes back out. Moore trying to glove it down. Wildcats still pressuring. Back behind the net. Wildcats looking for a chance to center. Bring it back to the point. Wildcats walk it in. Off of a skate. Goes wide. Wildcats still trying to chip it in. Generals trying to get out of their zone. Wildcats getting a few line change here. And goes up to Lugo. Lugo's going to chip and chase and go to the bench as he puts that deep. Kimmer tries to chase but realizes we're going to get an icing call and comes back to get off. 11:16 remaining in the first period. We'll get a face-off to the right of Gaddis. And put the Stewart line back out there. Tied up at the face-off circle. Comes back just past Covington. Ooh. Oh, Wildcats with a blind shot. It had good screen on Gaddis and can't get it through. Good pad save there by Gaddis. Good save. Keeps it 0-0 as we're down to just under 11 minutes to go in the first period. Trying to get it out of the zone, and Wildcats keeping it in. Generals having a hard time as they're giving it up. Shot wide, and that's going to be up in the netting. We'll get a face-off.
Let's go, Jen.
Rep goes out, takes that face-off. Wildcats. Ooh. Bickmeyer almost put that one free back to Repko. Wildcats still holding it in the zone. The second line now trying to get it out. Wildcats have it back behind, chips it over, comes to Heil. He's trying to get it over to the wall. Wildcats pick that one up, send it back behind the Generals' goal. Up to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer tries to chip it up, gets it to Repko. He's got Heil to his left. Wildcats trying to get back, and a good shot by Repko. An glove save for the Wildcat goalie with 10:18 left to go in the first period. Going to send the Peterson line out there with Lugo and Kim. Jeanette and Tapscott are your two defensemen. I think brought it back. Tapscott on a puck, sends it over to Jeanette. Jeanette sending that one in. High stick by Peterson. And that's gloved by the goalie. I assume that was touched by a Wildcat. I think they're just questioning the high stick. I would have thought it was, but should have come out of the zone, but we'll keep playing. Comes up, Tapscott holding it at the blue line. Centered over to Peterson. He gets stifled on that shot. It goes just wide of the net. Lugo trying to center it. Wildcats pick it off and bringing it up, trying to get it out of the zone. Coming down the right-hand side, they're going to send it deep and get a line change. Gaddis teeing that one up. Leaves it for Jeanette. That one comes up to Peterson, and he gives it up in the neutral ice. Wildcats are going to send that one deep. Comes off the wall. Gaddis settles it back behind for Jeanette. Jeanette gets taken off and put into the boards. Wildcats have a 3-on-1 basically as Tapscott, as Krug comes back. It's kind of good back check there. Comes back to the point. Wildcats hold it, send it in deep. They're going to pick this up back behind the Generals' goal. Wildcats taking some time here. Center it. Good back check there by Krug. Jeanette with a swipe at it. Comes out to Krug. Krug gets that puck stuck in the wall. Leaves it for Tapscott. Good pickup. Covington calling for it at the blue line. We got a 2-on-1. Trying to feed it Bobby. Bobby gets it on the stick and gets a good shot. Going for 5-hole, and the Wildcat goalie makes a good save. 9:01 left in the first period. We're still 0-0. Repko out there to take the face off. Heil to his left. That drawn back to the corner. Wildcats setting that up. Pick it up at the red line. Try to get it in. Moore trying to get something with this. Sends it over to Heil on the near side in front of the Generals bench. Wildcats chip it in. Wildcats at the wall. Judah chips it up to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer to Repko. I'm sorry. Ripko to Bickmeyer. Good hard hit there. Bickmeyer trying to work it up on the wall. Comes back. Heil's going to chip it up. Trying to get it to Repko. Gets just far enough. Repko dropped to the ice. Getting a little more physical here as these guys are getting steady on their feet. Sent in deep by the Wildcats. Goes back behind the goal. Moore's going to meet it. You always figure out how these refs are going to call this game. Generally, they allow more physicality than what we get in Richmond as this line's going to the bench. Jen's getting the line change as we send the Peterson team out. That one's sent deep, and it's going to be icing on the Wildcats. We'll go back down to the other end of the ice. 7:54 remaining. We're still tied 0-0. Boys line off for the face-off. Peterson wins that one, sends it back, but it's taken by the Wildcats back behind their goal up the right-hand side. Trying to break out of the zone. Good pressure by Kim. Kim wins that one, brings it down in the corner, tries to center. Peterson, gets a good shot. Lugo with another shot. Shots on the ice aren't working right now as the Whitby goalie's on his knees. Good flurry there of activity by the Generals with good opportunities. Peterson did a good job doing a little backhand, took it off the pads. Lugo was there for the follow-up. Jeanette trying to get this one up to Krug. Krug loses that off his skates, comes back to the red line. Agello over skates it. They go down on the ice. Lugo still on the ice, skating that to the far side. He's going to dump it in and come to the bench. No icing. Good pressure there by Krug. Stewart now trying to get the stick lift. Covington misses as well, so we got to get back, get some back checking here, and as the Wildcats send that in under the goal line. Wildcats send it deep. Stewart's going to skate this one. Finds Covington on the far side. He was trying to find Krug. General's back in the puck in the neutral zone. Covington up the left-hand side, trying to feed it. Got some. That line should be doing some better passing. They like to do some quick pass. Good lean in there. And good stick play there by Gaddis. Sends that one back into the wall. You got the Repko line out here. Well, trying to get out here. Stewart's still on the ice. His Heil is on. And Covington's still on. Sent in well over the height of the goalie. Sent around by the boards. Stewart still pressuring. Tapscott sends that one. Should be on goal. Let's give us Stewart off the ice as we get Repko and Bickmeyer on the ice. And they got a guy picking it at the blue line. He sends it in deep. Not before dropping Bickmeyer. Judah with a touch-up sends it to Heil. Heil has some time. He's got to look. Had a good idea, but the Wildcat was coming in hard and picked it up at the blue line. Brings the pressure back down. Judah trying to clear from behind the goal. Judah gets dropped into the net, and it comes off its mounts. So we'll get a whistle. 5:49 remaining in the first period. These periods are going to feel like they're going by fast because we're used to playing 25-minute halves instead of 15-minute periods. Wildcats win that one, send it forward, trying to center it. Heil with a little shot there. He's going to clear it, but I think it's going to be icing. And bring the puck back to the other end of the ice. Still trying to get the goal settled. Need a little bit of water on that. Repko taking the face off. Bickmeyer on the puck. Scott Heil streaking up ahead, just misses him, but it's going to be on goal, so no icing. He's going to hold that, no whistle. There's nobody near him. Sends it around. Wildcats back behind the goal. Ooh, good pick there by Ripko, picking up the puck in the corner. He's still on it, trying to, get stood up and hit hard. Little shake of the head. He's had some concussions. Ooh, another hit there as Heil's trying to shake that one off. Shots are all on the ice right now, and they're getting stick saves. Or not stick saves, but it's going off their skates. Ooh, Heil pushed, or Bickmeyer pushed into a jello. 44 on 4. That one comes around just past Kimmer. Wildcats. Oh, big hit there. Wow. That was a big collision with a jello. He took that Wildcat out hard. No whistle on that. Lugo throws a little hit there, so boys are starting to bounce out here, and we roll down to 4:30 left in the first period. Get everybody start thinking about going into these walls. Jeanette working the puck along the Wildcat bench, takes it into the corner, turns, pads it in, leaves it. Oh my gosh! Peterson had it. I don't know if that went off the post. I didn't hear the ring, but somehow Peterson had a great shot. A little late bump on Lugo there. The Generals bench chirping it up. 4:13 remaining in the first period. We're still tied 0-0. Generals, great couple shots there. Stewart wants to chat with the ref. The ref is not hearing it. I need Jeff Hatcher's lip reading skills here. Find out what's going on down here. All right. Coach Stewart shares his piece. The ref goes over to talk to the other coach as play continues as we roll down to 4 minutes left in the first period. We're still tied 0-0 here. Lugo trying to work that back behind the goal. Wildcats chip it out to the breakout point. That one's going to go up and out of play, and we'll get a whistle. And that ref is still chatting with the Wildcat coach. Stewart takes that face-off, stuck at the face-off circle. He tries to foot play it forward. Wildcats fighting to get it. That goes off of Covington. The Wildcats are going to skate it to neutral ice. Ooh, Jeanette puts up his hands. Usually that's a guilty sign. But Jeanette good. Stewart waiting for Krug. Krug hustling down. Good pass to Krug, but it bounces over a stick. Would have wanted Stewart to just carry that a little harder, but he was looking for somebody to pass to start. Not sure if he had the lane to take a shot. Strode coming back, pressed up slightly against the boards, comes back to Covington, he misses on it. Wildcats take it back under the goal line. Looking for the pass that comes over and out of play. Got a face-off to the right of Gaddis. 3:12 left in the first period. We're still tied 0-0. Repko line out there to take the face-off. Heil and Bickmeyer to the left. Repko draws that back to Moore. He sends it around the boards. Heil in the corner. Comes back. Bickmeyer picking that puck up. He's going to send it up the wall. Repko trying to hustle to it and going to be drawn back to Strode to pick that up. It's got a little bit of time. Wildcats feeding that up to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer on the wall. He's going to skate that through to the red line and chip it in. Wildcats with good eye-hand coordination, pull it down, turn back around. Moore drops that off of Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer circling, sends it over to Heil at the blue line. Heil takes a shot, not strong, wide of the net. 2:30 to go in the first period. Another stick down by the Wildcats. Good eye-hand control there. And they're going to chip and chase this as it goes back behind the Generals' goal. Strode trying to meet it. Comes back to Heil in the corner. Heil's going to send this up just past Repko. Wildcat's going to get a shot up high in the goal as it hits Gaddis up high on the shoulder, and he's unable to control the rebound. Wildcats are there to put that in to take a 1-0 lead with 2:10 left in the first period.
Bring it back, Jen. Good job, Jen. But like 15 minutes. Yeah. 13. Yeah. So, let's go, Jen.
Peterson out there to take the face off. Just a bad bounce for the Generals. But we're getting shots in the other way, so right now anything can happen. Generals can claw this back. A lot of hockey left. Tapscott trying to work that one in the corner. Lugo trying to work it on the boards. Nice move there by Kimmer not to get the puck, but he goes up ice. Tapscott's going to leave it for Kimmer. He takes a shot, looking for a deflection. Tapscott down low, had a one-timer from Lugo. And they're going to send that deep. That'll be icing.
Let's go, Jen. Good push. Keep it down and better.
Ma'am, could I ask you a question? What team is this? This is the white, blue, or the double A?
Whitby, Wildcats,
White. Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
You guys are double A team?
Playing A, but they high level A, I would say. Yeah. Yeah. I think the league we're in is A. All right, so 1:22 left to go. Comes out, and Wildcats are going to try to clear. So they said this is the Whitby Wildcat A team, white A team, which is a ranking of it's the 87 in the My Hockey ratings. The Generals an 85, so we're seeing a good matchup here. Not a blowaway in either direction. That fed up to Krug, and Krug makes a shot on goal, and the goalie squeezes that. We are less than a minute to play in the first period.
Good job, Jen.
Ripko wins that faceoff, sends it in the corner. Wildcats send it around the boards. Beckmeyer meets that, sends it back behind the goal. 50 seconds now remaining in the period. They're just going back and forth. Ooh, Beckmeyer puts a hit on, but then falls to the ice. He's got to hop up. Jeanette playing this, puts a guy into the boards in front of the Generals. Heil's going to pit that one around. Goes over to Beckmeyer. He's trying to control it and avoid the head. This comes up to Heil. He's unable to settle the puck. He was facing the wrong way. Wildcats turning around. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Little chip there. Wildcats trying to settle it on the ice. Wildcats send that around the boards. Comes back to the point. They send it back behind the goal. Stroder is chasing. Centering pass. I don't know what the Wildcat bench is yelling about. I don't know if something's going on back behind the play. Stroder sends it up and deep with 1 second to go. And we'll get our whistle as we end the first period. Generals trailing 1-0.
yes. Metal is free. Right? I rested it right on the.
I'm going to move a little bit away from the
Don't want my face in that. That's something. Right?
right, Jen's ready to break this huddle and get the second period going. 15 minutes on the clock, so we get ready to start the second period. Generals are not used to the long shift here since we rarely play the 3 periods under our current divisional framework. So Gaddis makes his way down to our left. Stewart line is out with Covington and Krug on the ice. Moore and Agello are your 2 defensemen. Stewart comes away with it, going to carry it into the zone. Krug down on the puck on the left-hand side. Stewart's going to send it around the boards. Covington with a quick look over his shoulder, going to pick it up on the boards. Sends it back to the point to Moore. Moore sends it in looking for a tip from Krug. Can't get enough on it to get a little lift on it. Wildcats trying to bring it around back behind. Krug coming to the bench. Wildcats working it. Centering pass picked up by Moore. Somehow that gets turned around. Wildcats in the corner. Moore pressuring it. Ooh, I didn't like that pass anyways. I'm glad it went off somebody's boot and went into the corner. Still battling it back behind the goal. That's Jello on the puck. And the puck scooting out. And the Wildcats holding it at the blue line. Wildcats getting to the puck right now. They're looking for the pass. Somebody's get on them. Comes out wide. So General's cleared. Stewart almost looked like he put it into the bench, but he's just chipping it deep. Wildcats retreating. Lugo chasing. The General's trying to get a line change here on the deep pass. Gaddis going to send this around the boards, finding Kimmer. Kimmer's trying to send it up. Kimmer's still on the puck, coming off the near boards. He's going to put it in deep. Back off the back of the goal. Peterson trying to drop in. Wildcats still trying to get it up. Ooh, Lugo getting a little bit of an elbow there. Quickly up. Tapscott sending it up the wall. And the Generals cleared out of the zone. Slow roller back to the Wildcat goalie. Kimmer chasing. Peterson just misses that one. You can see the guys not just swipe at it with their stick, they get taken out of the play. Stroder sends that one around to Tapscott. Tapscott's got a little bit of time here. Feeds this one up, trying to get it to Peterson. Peterson gets the puck. Can't chase it down. Heil on the ice now. With Bickmeyer. Comes back to Tapscott. We're going to wait for everybody to clear. Heil touches up at the blue line. Wildcats setting up back behind their own goal. They're breaking out to the right. Coming to the neutral zone. Tapscott with a good stick play pushes it to the wall. Sends it across the ice. Comes up to the near side. Repko trying to chip it up. Woo! And too many. There's a whistle, but I think he's going to call too many men. Oh, aha. He came on the ice through a door. So he's going to call delay a game. So a player was returning to the ice. And I think he picked an inopportune time. Like, it wasn't a bad decision, but the play was right there. And so he comes on the ice opening a door. In front of the play, the ref calls a technical delay of game. So Generals will go on the first power play here with 12:28 remaining. I was wondering where the player was coming from. I thought he was just coming on the ice from the bench, but there's a door right next to the bench. He just needed to wait for the whistle. So it's a 1:30 power play with these 15-minute periods. Krug working a dog pile there in the corner. Stewart trying to get the puck out of those skates. And Wildcats come away with it, and they're going to send it up hard. They can ice it. Moore going back for the puck, leaves it for Jeanette.
Good job.
Jeanette's going to hustle it up the ice. Still on the puck on the near side. Jeanette still working it, battling. Takes it into the corner. Krug now down in the corner. Covington coming in to help him out. Covington going down. Comes back to Jeanette, able to kick it, and the Wildcats able to clear. We're down to 40 seconds on the power play. Moore's on the puck, sends it over to Jeanette. He misses the puck, but it goes to Covington. Covington at the blue line. He's got Stewart kind of sneaking in there in the back door. Heil now in front of the goal. Schroeder sneaks in, comes in. He's in the top slot. He sends it in. Oh, good pad save there by the goalies. That came through a lot of traffic. General's been struggling to kind of get a good screen on. There's a tight pinch there. I don't know what happened. The General's door came open. I think Repko thought Strode was coming off the ice. So now we have a whistle. I don't know, did the puck go into the bench? So I think, no. I don't know. Did somebody get hit with the puck on the bench? One of the coaches? So the puck went into the bench, and one of the coaches on the Wildcat team took the puck. So I think they went to call. We get him an ice pack. It's a tough guy. Ugh, it's the dangers of being on the bench. The scoring table, I think, went. There's no cell service in this building. I think they went to kind of. Oh, we need. No, oh, there he is. The timer has come back now. I think they were just trying to take a precaution that they need emergency services, but we're good. 9 seconds left on the power play. That comes back to Bickmeyer leaves that for Strode, sends it across. Repko trying to hustle it in. We're back to even strength as the Wildcat comes out behind the play. Repko trying to go short side twice. Good save there by the goalie. We're back to 5-on-5 with 10:51 left in the second period. Schroeder trying to chip this one in, sticked down by Bickmeyer. Wildcats on the puck. They're feeding it up the right-hand side. Jeanette picking this puck up and trying to turn it around off of a skate and comes over in front of the Wildcat bench. Send across, try to glove down by the Wildcats. Oh, just behind Bickmeyer. Heil trying to get it out of the center of the ice. Wildcats take it off the wall, send it across. That one caught Gaddis a little bit by surprise. Bickmeyer on the puck, taking it down low into the corner. 10:18 left in the second period. Generals trailing 1-0. It's coming up to Heil. He's on the puck. He's got room to skate.
Good.
Heil at the red line takes it off of a shin guard. Heil trying to dig the puck back out, and it scoots free and will go to the long end of the ice. Icing is waved off as we roll under 10 minutes to go in the second period. Agello on the puck sends that up to Kimmer. He got a touch on it, but I don't. That was too early of a touch for prevent the icing. Go back down the other end of the ice. No? Oh, thank you. Peterson takes that face-off. The puck goes bouncing back behind the goal. Tapscott on the puck. Tries to lay the stick down on the ice. Comes back to the point. Sent in. Gaddis sends that one just wide. That one had eyes on it. Had good enough height. General's just trying to clear it out. I think Wildcats saved it at the blue line. Chips it up, trying to get it to Kimmer. Kimmer fighting off the hit. Wildcats clearing this one out to the neutral ice. Tapscott's going to meet that puck, sends it up the wall, bounces to Peterson. Back to Jello, who feeds it to Kimmer. Kimmer across the blue line. He's got Lugo to the right, leaves it for Peterson, and he misses on the shot. Whoa, we got a nice little play, and Kimmer puts it in with the backhander. And the Generals tie this one up. Kimmer just happened to be in the right spot at the right time and got a little chip. Gets it past the Wildcat goalie. So with 9:05 left in the second period, the Generals have tied this one up 1-1. Get this team fired up. They're working hard. They just need that burst of energy. Just get that first goal of this tournament, first goal of the game. Get these guys warmed up. All right, Wildcats sending that one down. No icing, it's waved off. Wildcats send that back. Takes a shot, gloved high for Gaddis. We get a quick whistle. I think the ref thought that Gaddis was going to hang on to it. He pointed to himself, so I think he's just recognizing that it's on him. We'll get a face-off to the right of Gaddis. Stewart taking the face off. Wildcats bring it back to the point. Sends it in. Gaddis gets a little blocker on that. Remember, Gaddis is a right glove catch. Krug trying to work it off the wall. Wildcats on the puck. They take a shot. This time, Gaddis puts it in the glove and holds it for the whistle. 8:33 remaining in the second period. Stewart sends that one, but the Wildcats pick it up.
Nice.
Fighting
Take it.
Wildcats with a shot from the point. Oh, good play there. Wildcats turns and shoot, and it's between Gaddis' pads. Of course, you've got that nervous goalie look over their shoulder to see if it's in the net, but he's got it between the pads. 8:21 now on the clock in the second period.
Good job, Jens.
Face off to the right of Gaddis. Back behind, Stroder on the puck. Takes a little time, tries to feed it up the middle, finds Stewart. Stewart's at his feet. Stewart sends it over back to Strode, and a little back pass there to Covington. Covington across the blue line. Trying to find it, got Stewart on the left side. Generals with a shot. Stick save there by the goalie. I'm not sure that was on net. Stewart gloves that back down. He's going to try to bring it back in, trying to find Covington. Covington stripped. Stroder sends that one back in to the right. Wildcats recollect. Wildcats send that long distance. It's the Generals now picking up the pucks in the neutral ice right now. Wildcats give that a little bit of a kick, and it goes to Gaddis. Stroder putting a guy into the boards with a little bump. And good little bump there by Moore. He tries to get it up to Covington. Covington just not enough speed. Feeds it back to Covington. Covington trying to go to his forehand, takes a shot and takes it off of shin guard. Covington back on the puck in the corner. Generals team picking up more pucks here after their goal score and take it up to 1-1. Heil trying to work it in the corner. He digging it out and sends it back around. Stewart trying to serve there, and Heil with a shot. Oh, that goalie gets a great save. Heil had the short side, and somehow the goalie comes over to his left and gets a save. Stewart going to send this in, and we've got a whistle. Not sure what we're calling. I don't know if they... Heil with a great opportunity with that goalie. Came out of nowhere, get something on the puck. Keeps him from going in. Heil lifted it and tried to get it about waist high. Repko with the face-off. Bickmeyer to his right, pushes it forward. Wildcats pick it up back behind the goal. Trying to work it hot forward. Out of the zone, back in. Heil touches up at the blue line. Heil still pressuring. Wildcats send it off the boards. Jeanette losing it at the red line. Gonna hustle down. Tapscott trying to pick this up deep.
Good job, Kaden.
Over to Heil against the boards. Wildcats send it back in. We're down to 6:30 left in the second period. Jeanette back on the puck. Sends it around Bickmeyer looking for it. Comes out to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer up the right-hand side. Round into the corner. Looking for somebody. Generals went to the bench. Kimmer still on the ice. Repko still on the ice. Kimmer against the board, trying to get it to Repko, and it's off the back of the net right now. Kimmer battling back behind the goal. Bickmeyer coming in to help. Got a Wildcat on the ice. They're tied up a bit. Puck's in the corner. Wildcats trying to get this to the guy on the far side and just separate people a little bit. Tapscott going to pick this up back deep. Generals wanted an icing call there, not getting it. Lugo going to leave that, or Kimmer going to leave that for Jeanette. Jeanette around one. Can't get it around two.
Good job.
Tapscott, bounces over Kimmer's stick, and it comes to the red line. Lugo getting a little bump from behind. So they're pressed up against, and there's a penalty coming here. Generals were yelling about something.
They pushed Kimmer into the boards, into the vice head.
I see. So Kimmer was down in a vulnerable position and gets a bump from behind from the Wildcats. So we've got a roughing call on the Wildcats. Generals will go back on the power play with 5:32 left in the second period. Generals trying to decide who they want on the ice. I assume they're going to send the Stewart line out. Let's go, boys! Woo! So again, 1:30 on the power play. Stewart coming out to take the face-off. Krug to the right, Covington to the left. Stewart pushes it into the corner. Krug giving chase, presses a guy up against the boards. Stewart coming in. Stewart. And the ref's going to call a whistle there. And they're going to call Stewart going to the box.
How is that not a penalty?
So they're going to call roughing on Stewart. Coach Stewart wants to chat with the ref. Good. So we've got 4-on-4 now with 1:17 left in the second period as Stewart picks up a penalty. He was just kind of get the puck free there. I think he was using a little bit of elbow in the people's back. So Whitby trying to get it down low. Moore picking it up back behind the goal, gets it over to Agello. Finds Krug. Wildcats takes it off of Covington's skate and sends it over to the near side. Wildcats centering, goes to Agello. He's got some ice in front of him. He's going to chip and chase and put it in the corner. Agello's our defender, so he's got to be careful here. Moore and Krug covering the blue line here. Again, we're 4-on-4. Covington. Ooh, wow, we've got a tussle going on here with Agello. Wildcats are screaming for something. And that goes off of Krug's skate and comes out of the zone. I think the Wildcats were holding Agello onto the ice. Krug,
Oh, he doesn't have it.
so 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4 as Krug takes that off of his leg.
Do it now, go.
He's looking for, he's got Agello on the left-hand side. He goes past the red line. Drop pass. Left it for Covington.
There we go.
Now we're out of the zone. Generals touch it up, and we're going to be offsides. So Wildcats will have a power play here for 11 seconds. Score is tied 1-1 with 4 minutes to go in the second period. Peterson taking the face-off.
Good.
Wildcats send that back. Jeanette on the puck, sending it forward. No icing is what they indicate. Goes off the back of the goal. Wildcats picking that up in the corner. Through the neutral zone. Peterson with a stick slap that sends it into the bench. And wow, Stroder is dumped well after the whistle. 3:42 remaining, and we're going to get a face-off outside the zone. Peterson taking the face-off. Lugo's to his right, Kimmers to his left. Sends it back to the Wildcats. Wildcats up the right-hand side. Jeanette's after the puck. Jeanette holds it, sends it over to Kim in the corner. Kim chips it up. Peterson on the blue line. Kimmer gets it out of the zone, trying to feed it up to Lugo. Lugo's got one to beat. He's got to hustle as everybody's coming down the ice. Lugo's looking for the pass. Good save, good block there by the defender. Lugo put it to the boards a little hard, but he's up quickly. Comes out, Stroder at the red line. He's going to hold the puck. Turn. Oh, Wildcats almost had that one. Peterson sends that over to Jeanette. He's got space. He's got Lugo going down the middle. Lugo trying to get to the puck, and Wildcats send that back into neutral ice. 3 minutes now to play in the second period. We're tied 1-1. Strode circling at the blue line, takes that off the boards. Ooh, a little scary as all the Generals. He puts that off the boards in front of the Generals benches. Guys are going off the wall. If it touches somebody, it's too many men in the ice. Wildcats getting a change now as they're down in the corner.
What was that?
Passing shot. Oh, that was a good pass and a good one-timer by the Wildcats. So with 2:37 left in the second period, Wildcats pull ahead with 2-1.
Let's go, Generals!
Repko's line out there, take the face-off. Heil to the left, Bickmeyer to the right. Comes to Bickmeyer, gets shouldered off the puck. Moore loses an edge and goes down. Wildcats go down. Good block there by Tapscott, sends that puck back behind the goal. Moore on the puck, back behind the goal. 2:22 now remaining in the second period. Bickmeyer on the wall trying to get this out. Wildcats hold it in at the blue line. A little swipe there by Repko. He's back checking, trying to lift the stick and get something out of this. Wildcats still on the puck. Centering pass and scooped up there by Carson Repko. Repko is going to go through traffic. He's got Bickmeyer to his right. Puck gets picked. Heil tries to swoop in. Tapscott's trying to get the puck. Nobody can get a shot off as Wildcats are going to go back the other direction. Trying to work on going around Bickmeyer. 1:45 left in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. Wildcats with a shot from the distance, knocked down to the ice. Bickmeyer on the puck. He sends that across to Repko. It goes off his boot, and that gets turned over in neutral ice. Oh, picked off there by Heil. He takes a shot, and we get a whistle as they're saying Covington offsides. I think Covington came on the ice off the bench during the line change and was the problem is half the bench is behind the blue line or to the right of the blue line, and as Heil's getting the chance, Covington over the wall gets called for the offsides. So 1:34 remaining in the second period. Generals trail 2-1. Stewart line now out there with the face-off, sends it back to Agello. Agello with the pump fake sends it to Krug. Krug centers it to Stewart. It's under the feet of the ref. He's got to get out of the way. Comes to Covington. Covington puts it on goal. Stick save there by the Wildcat goalie, and the Wildcats are going to go back the other direction hard. Off the boards, back behind the goal. Gaddis out to set the puck up. Got to be careful. A lot of white jerseys down there. Sending that up, trying to get it up to Stewart. Stewart goes to his forehand, puts it into a player. Wildcats knock it down, comes back to Jeanette. Oh, Jeanette, I thought he lost it. Sends it over to Covington. Covington trying to get the passing going. These guys turn it over to the Wildcats. Jeanette's going to have to hustle back hard.
Yes.
And then works the guy off the puck. Jello on it now with 45 seconds to go, trying to get it to Covington. Covington gets a late hit from behind in front of the bench, the Wildcat bench. No call on that. Goes off. Stewart making a quick change. Good job by Krug to get a foot lifted over. He tries to Krug put it from the foot onto the stick. Touched up just past Strode at the blue line going down to Tapscott. We got 25 seconds left in the second period. Over to Stewart. Wildcats finding it at the red line. Circling the puck around. 17 seconds now on the clock. Trying to go through RD. And it makes its way to Gaddis, who puts it back on to the corner. 10 seconds now. Hard clear. Held to the blue line. Covington gets it into neutral ice. 3 seconds now, and they'll hold it for the whistle as we'll end the second period here. 2-1. Daniel Kim getting the equalizer to put this 1-1. But with 2 minutes to go in the period. Wildcats pulling ahead here, 2-1. But we've got a great game. Taking a long break here. Giving the guys a little bit of a breather. Generals are playing well. Just gotta clear up a few of the passes. Still giving up a lot in the forward zone in the passes. Doing a good job of staying out of the box. We've only had 1 penalty called so far. 2 power play opportunities. We're back on the ice at 9 o'clock tonight, going up against one of these Clearwater or Gulf Coast teams. Getting ready for the face-off. Gaddis will be down to the right. Gens just need to bounce some puck. Got to get it in their way. We've got some good shots on goal here. Time of possession is about equal. Good even matchup here with the Generals at about an 85 ratings and the Whitby Wildcats about an 87. Peterson team coming out to take the lineup, the face-off. Lugo to the right, Kimmer to the left. Tapscott and Stroge line up on the blue line. Tapscott chipping and chasing. Wildcats send it off the glass. Comes out to the blue line. Wildcats got a 2-on-1 coming down. Stroder trying to take away the pass. That goes off the blocker. Good save there by Gaddis. Stroder taking a hit up high. Shakes it off. Lugo trying to send it up the boards. Peterson trying to help out. Goes back down into the corner. Kimmer going in the corner. Wildcats bringing it up to the point. Tapscott taking it out. Passes it over just past Lugo. Lugo going to take it over the red line. Tapscott coming to the bench. Shot. Easy stick save there by the goalie.
Nice.
Sent back and centered just past the Generals.
Good job,
Judah coming on the ice, just chipping it back down to the corner. Kimmer working it up, presses the guy gingerly up against the boards. Whitby coming away with it. Wildcats sends it off a player. Judah's going to hold that one, sends it across the red line. Over to Jeanette. Jeanette over to Moore. Moore across the red line. Plays it into the forward zone. Still on the puck. Drops it. I think he meant to drop pass it to Covington, but just left it for Wildcats. They're coming back the other direction. They chip the puck over to the near side. Oh, good play. And we got Stewart coming from behind. I think they're going to say... They're saying Stewart had a stick lift there. I think they're going to call interference on... We're going to send Stewart in. They're going to say hooking, is my guess. Interference on Stewart. Coach Stewart pissed. It's like Stewart was clean. That's the loudest I've heard Coach Stewart get in a while. Reset the goal. So Generals on a penalty kill here with 13:39 remaining in the third period. Generals trail 2-1. Coach Stewart knows every minute here and every call here is really important. Felt Bobby Stewart got back cleanly. Helped take away the pass. Wildcats bring it back to the point, chip it up. Back to the point at the blue line. Coming over to the near side. Back to the point, putting in through traffic, and that's in. I think the Generals' parents thought there was a player in the crease, but I think he was just screening the goalie. I think Gaddis saw it too late, kind of went off his skate and went into the net. So that quickly ends the penalty kill. This will go back to even strength as Wildcats pull ahead to 3-1 here. But 13 minutes to play. Generals just need to claw them back one at a time. Repko line out there to take the face-off. Heil to the left. Bickmeyer to the right. Agello and Strode on his defense. Heil giving chase. Repko tries to stick that one down. Makes its way to Strode. Heil trying to chip it forward. Just out of reach on a skate. Wildcats put it back into the forward zone. Stroder chips that one up. Wildcats pick it off. Circle and turn. Puck is bouncing. Heil going to send it up the wall. Held to the blue line. Oh, I thought that came outside the zone. Oh, my gosh. I saw white there. That was clear. We're pretty sitting on the blue line. Wildcats send that one deep. I think all the parents here saw that was off. The Rev is on the blue line. I'm not sure what he was looking at. Wildcats bring that back, deflect it up into the netting, and we'll get a face-off inside the zone.
Let's go, Generals!
Gonna put the Peterson line out there with Lugo and Kimmer. 12:42 remaining in the third period. Peterson takes that face-off. Wildcats chip it off the boards, put it in the corner. Wildcats to the puck first, looking for the pass. Opt not to pull the trigger, send it back to the point. Wildcats with a shot. Wildcats again. And Gaddis able to reach out with the glove and draws the whistle. 12:30 remaining in the third period. Generals trail 3-1. Peterson takes that face-off, kicks it down to Tapscott, who puts it into the Generals bench. Everybody's safe. Stewart throws it back onto the ice. In pro hockey, that'd be a penalty because it's a defenseman in the defensive zone putting the puck out of play, but we don't play that rule. Puck goes back behind the Generals' goal. Picked up there, working hard is Moore. He goes down on one knee, but he's up. Kimmer chipping at that one, spins. Tapscott trying to feed it up to Lugo. Lugo trying to chip it out from the breakout point. Lugo going down against the boards, and refs are on the call. So Generals go back on the power play here with 12:07 left. And it's just going to be a 1:30 roughing call. I think some of the Generals' parents thought that might be a 2-10, but no such call from the referees. So 1:30 power play here. Generals needing to get one here. 0 for 2 so far on the power play opportunity. Stewart takes that face off. Puck is tied up at their feet. Covington sends that one back to Strode at the blue line. He's going to send it back to Stewart. Stewart back to Krug, back to Stewart. Over to Strode in the high slot. He's going to take a shot. Oh, that one had eyes, and the goalie got some leather on it. Interesting, another right catch goalie. Strode with a shot deflected in the goal. So the Generals show that they can pull the power play too if they claw within one with 11:45 left in the third period. Strode with a shot. You can hear the bench calling it. Stroder from the blue line. Putting some defensive offense on the ice. I don't know if he got a deflection there. I don't know who the official score is going to go to, but Stroder making that one happen. So 11:45 left in the third period. We've got a 3-2 game here. Stewart's team still on the ice. Sends that back. Strode at the blue line. Going to chip that one up. Stewart sends that across. Oh, Jeanette almost overskated that. He pulls it out of the zone. Tries to feed it up to somebody, and Wildcats on the puck first. Through neutral ice. Stewart back checking. Sent in, deflected off the stick of Gaddis, comes around to the boards. See what happens here. Wildcats, the boys are buzzing now. There's a lot of activity on the ice. Wildcats centering it to the weak side, can't settle it on the puck. Generals in the low slot. Generals trying to do their best to hover in there. Wildcats in the corner. Just past Jeanette. Chipped up, Wildcats hold it in front of the Generals bench. Stewart sends it over to Jeanette. Coach Stewart looking for somebody to clear it. Nice little touch up there by Stewart. Wildcats touch up at the red line, sends it in. Wildcats trying to get around the D. Tries to go short side. Nobody knows where the puck is. Ooh, sent back around by Heil. Out. Wildcats meet it in the boards. Repko on the puck, gets a stick lift. Wildcats back on the puck. Wildcats back to the point, takes it off the glass, down into the corner. Jeanette looking at him. Wildcats on the puck, looking for the pass, tries the wraparound, loses the puck at the last minute. Gonna let Agello just chipping that one out of the zone. Repko chasing, Wildcats trying to chip it in while they're getting a line change back behind the play. Agello coming to the puck, looks over his shoulder, sends it back to Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer's got Repko, he finds him at the faceoff point. Repko from the blue line gets a blast, but a lot of line of sight there to the goalie. He just takes it in the glove. Wildcats just going to skate this one out of their zone. Bickmeyer with a steal there, but Heil bump it into somebody. 9:45 remaining in the third period. Tapscott on the puck, is going to send this around. Bickmeyer trying to get over to it, trying to chip it up out of the zone. Can't do it. Comes back down deep in the zone. Over. Tapscott. Trying to circle it, goes back in the corner. Bickmeyer tries to clear. Goes off a skate, and it finally clears, and they're indicating icing. We'll let the Generals get some new legs on the ice with 9:21 left in the third period. Peterson line taking the face off. Lugo to the left. Kimmer in front of the goal. Wildcats bring it back to the point. Shot from the distance. Gaddis gets some eyes on it and drops it into his pads. 9:17 remaining. Generals trail 3-2. Goals by Strode and Kim. Wildcats win that one again. Sends it in wide of the net. Maybe just off the left pad of Gaddis. Kimmer tries to send that one up. Lugo chasing that one, trying to chip and run. Lugo going hard up the left side. Back over to Lugo. He puts it in the corner for Peterson. Peterson trying to dig it out. Kim comes over to help. Chill centers it to Peterson. Oh, I don't know how that. Oh, another left pad saved by the goalie. Wow. Goalie got a left foot out there just in time. It just appeared. Looked like that puck had the chance of making it in on that right-hand side. So good opportunity for the Generals. We're now down to 8:40. Wildcats sending that back in. Wildcats trying to center it. Goes back behind the goal, picked up by the Wildcats. Looking to center it. Good stick play. Oh, wow. Kimmer taking a big hit from behind. No call. Wildcats put it back behind the goal. Peterson on it. Kimmer doesn't get it clear. Wildcats with a shot. Oh! Kimmer doesn't clear it, and the Wildcats have two guys in front of the goal, and they just hammer it back behind Gaddis. So we're going to go 4-2 with 8:13 left in this third period. Kimmer will not be happy with himself on that play. $8:13 to go in the third period. Generals trail now 4-2. Had a chance to tie it up. Goalie just doing a great job down there for the Wildcats. Cam Gaddis doing a great job for the Generals, but that time faced two guys in his crease. That puck comes back around, and Jello going to pick it up, trying to go up to the breakout point to Krug. He feeds it to Covington. Covington across the red line. And they're going to say Stewart's offsides. Just under 8 minutes to play in the third period.
Let's go, Jim.
Face-off just outside the forward zone. Stewart taking the face-off. Krug to his left. Leaves it at his feet. Gets it over to Covington. Strode tries to send it deep. Picked up by the Wildcats. They're chipping it up to mid-ice. They send it to Strode. Gets it over to the wall. Wildcats send that one in. Stick saved by Gaddis. Pushes it into the corner. Krug sending that one up the wall, waving off icing as Stewart gets down there. Looking for reinforcements as Covington coming down, and they got a whistle now. I think they're saying penalty on the Generals? No? I don't know, they were setting... I'm not sure what the whistle was.
All right, let's go, Jens.
Wildcats picking up that puck, coming. Tapscott putting the guy up against the boards. Tackled after the hit. Moore up to Repko. Repko working his way through traffic. Moore across, Repko across the blue line. Takes it down low. He's got Heil in the slot. Heil scooting through the corner.
Let's go, guys.
Wildcats coming away with it. Repko trying to back check out of the zone. Here come the Wildcats with speed. Got a 2-on-2. Drops it and leaves it for Bickmeyer. Bickmeyer going to turn directions, and he leaves it for Tapscott. Got Heil going up the left side. Oh, Wildcats. Just too much of a delay on that pass, and Wildcats send it back behind the Generals' goal. Bickmeyer going to have to work it again. He's going to send it around the boards. Heil taking it off the wall. Comes out to Tapscott. Oh, he can't clear it. He puts it into a Wildcat. Oh, big pad save there by Gaddis. Wildcats bring it back to the point. Generals at this point just need a good clear. That one goes off of Tapscott into the corner. Back. Moore tries to clear it, and that one's going to go the distance. It was touched, so it's not icing as we're down to 6:09. Generals going to get a line change. They're trailing by 2 here. Wildcats with a good touch up there at the blue line. Sends it in, not icing. That's going to be Strode going to pick this one up. Guys yelling at the ice. Centering pass just past the Wildcats. Lugo going to work this one up the wall. Gets it to Kim. He touches it up at the red line. Going to go into the wall. It's outside the zone. Peterson gets hit from behind. Nope. Oh, they're going to call that. I was going to say, we've had a couple of those, and we finally get the call as they're going to get a cross-check. So with 5:43 left, Generals are going to go back in the power play. They put it in within 30 seconds last time, so we'll see if the Generals can repeat that and claw back within one. Generals trailing 4-2.
Let's go, Generals!
Peterson out there to take the face-off. Kim to the left, Lugo to the right. Puts that one down in the corner. Kimmer's got one of our 2 goals on the day. Strode, I think, has the other one. Peterson sends that back to Jeanette. Jeanette across the blue line. He's going to send it over to Strode. Strode walks it in, takes a shot, and Strode puts it in. Making short order of that power play. And the Generals take it 3-2 with 5:28 remaining. Stroder taking on 2 goals on the day. Showing the boys how the work gets done. All right, Generals pull within 1. 5:28, a lot of hockey left. The time is running out. They've got to hustle this and not let Wildcats get another one. Stewart trying to work that one, pulls it back. Moore puts that up the right-hand side, back to Stewart. Stewart's going to leave it for Covington, over to Krug. Krug's got one to beat, trying to go through the defense, and they pull 3 guys back and send it over to the wall.
Good work, good work. Nice. Good try, good try.
Moore using his foot, trying to hold it at the blue line, comes out to neutral ice. Chips it back in deep in the corner.
Let's go, guys.
Krug giving chase. Little chip there by Wildcats. Krug picking it up off the wall. Krug getting a big hit in the chest. Sends it across there to Covington. Covington takes a wrister. Oh, ramped off the goalie stick. We're under 5 minutes to play. Wildcats pull it out of the corner and send it around the board. Stewart going over the wall.
Yeah, Bobby. Let's go, Jens.
Wildcats skated out of the zone. We'll send it in from the blue line wide of the goal. Jello turning it around under the goal line.
Good pass, good pass. Come on, guys.
Chipped up to the red line. Stewart meets the puck. Stewart chips it in.
Let's go, Jens.
4:15 left to play. Generals trail 4-3. Wildcats coming through the D. Oh, wow. Tapscott takes a high stick to the face, and no, he took a stick to the neck, and there's no call on that. Right in front of the ref. Not sure how that's not called.
Let's go, Jens.
3:55 remaining as Tapscott comes to the bench. Shaking that one off, and we get a whistle for icing.
Let's go, Brad.
Coach looking for a call on the high stick. .350 remaining in the third period. Generals trail 4-3. Stewart's line out there to take the face-off.
Let's go, Generals.
No, I'm sorry. It's Repko out there with Heil and Bickmeyer. Just out of reach of Jeanette. He pulls it back to the red line. Sends that one over to Strode. Strode tries to feed that up. Picked up by the Wildcats. They're going to run it into the zone. Sends it over. Good stick save there as a Wildcat came in the back door. Wildcat centering, and Gaddis is going to put that one in the glove for the whistle.
Let's go, Jens.
3:28 remaining in the third period. Repko sends that back. Jeanette in the corner. Strode on the puck. Tries to feed it up. Oh, Repko doesn't get any stick on it, and it goes deep. Heil giving a hard chase. Make sure that there's no icing. And the Wildcat's going to send that around.
Yeah, good job.
Strode uses his foot. Wildcats picking it up at the red line and dump it in. Back behind the Generals' goal. Comes off the wall. Wildcats picking up the puck again. Repko. Wildcats bring it back to the blue line. Send it back in. Strode working that puck against the boards. Comes back to Repko. Repko's got Heil going up the left-hand side, just over the back of his stick behind him. Jeanette trying to skate forward. Heil's going to pick it up at the red line. He's going to take it in down the left-hand side. 2:30 now remaining in the third period. That one lifted high. Moore holding it at the red line, picking that up at his feet. And the Wildcats going to chip that one deep and go for the line change. Gaddis teeing that one up back behind the goal for Ogello. Ogello tries to go the breakout spot to Bickmeyer. Gets just past him. Wildcats trying to be able to clear it out of the zone. 2:10 left. Generals are trailing by 1. They've been doing well on the power play. We'll see what Coach Stewart's strategy is on pulling the goalie. Comes out. Krug working that one hard. Goes over. Moore up to Covington. Krug to the left. He's waiting. Goes off of a skate, and the Wildcats are going to turn this one around. Gaddis is still in the net. Wildcats going to chip that one in off an easy left pad save. There's a Jello going into the wall. Krug trying to chip that one up.
Yes.
Covington's going to get the steal. He's going to go in hard.
Take a shot.
Goalie's still in the net, and that one goes wide. Oh, that should be no tripping call. I guess he got puck.
Yes.
Comes back to Stroh. There's a battle going on in front
Yes.
of the Wildcat goal. 1:26 remaining. Oh, a little bump there. Tapscott trying to get it down onto the ice. Wildcats going to send it in. Moore's going to pick up the puck. 1:18 remaining. Gaddis is still in net. Wildcats got it back behind the goal. Now, we had a game last week. 1:04. They're now calling to the goalie. Chipping it out. Moore holding this in. 1 minute to play.
Let's go, Jen. Nice.
And now they're waving him in. Shot wide. Empty net on the right. Get the extra attacker on it. Stewart coming on the ice. Stewart. There we go. It comes out to the red line. Empty net. They're going to put it in wide. General's trying to get back, cover in front of the net. Tapscott's on the puck. He's going to send that over. Oh! And they're going to get a shot. That one's wide of the net. 30 seconds to play. Moore gives that back to Stewart. Stewart now skating this one up. They've got to maximize the extra man advantage. Stewart loses the puck and leaves it for Tapscott. Wildcats doing a good job and send this one all the way back down. We're running out of time, and that's going to be icing.
Let's go, Jen.
16 seconds on the clock. Generals trailing 4-3, and the Generals call a timeout. You know what? There was some question on the rules around a timeout. I don't know what the confusion is in the rule and the timeouts. I think they might have been arguing that Stewart took a timeout earlier. They think he took a timeout. Stewart didn't take a timeout to talk to the ref earlier. I'm not sure what the questioning.
What are you doing, Canada? Wow. Pretty picky.
Well, I don't know if there's a rule about the timeouts. I don't know, like... Saying there's no timeouts? All right. Stewart taking the face-off. Empty net to the right. 16 seconds on the clock. I think there's a question as to whether you get a timeout or you don't get a timeout in this tournament structure. Kimmer goes down. Back behind the play. Wildcats just trying to tie it up in the boards. General's trying to get it something free. They're just going to hold it on the boards. Comes back out to Jeanette. Jeanette with a shot. Oh, that was it. 1 second to go, and the Wildcats will win this one 4-3 in a good game. Generals will be frustrated with that finish, but had a good game. I guess they do the handshake first, so there's no handshake after. Interesting. Well, we're in Florida. Things are backwards. All right. That's a quick exit. So thanks for joining us on this Black Friday, and hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. We are back on the ice at 9 p.m. tonight. Thank you for supporting Richmond Generals hockey. Thank you.